Hey, what is up everyone? Danny and Alex. In this video, let's talk about the mount maintenance more specifically. We're going to show you guys some little tips and tricks, how you can gain that position, but also how to maintain it. All right, so first we're going to talk about 2 ways you can get the mount position from side control once you've passed the guard. So, for instance, sometimes we're going to have our hand behind the neck, and other times we're going to finish our pass and we're already going to have an arm ahead like this, okay? So let's start like this. This is a good method sometimes when you're in this position where you're going to switch your base. So right now, I'm on all fours. This is a basic knee to the body side control position. And what we're going to do is now switch. We're going to apply a lot of weight and maintain the position by moving into the reverse Keza position in order to transition into our mount. So a lot of times when we're here is I'm going to make sure that I'm going to keep my foot behind me like a bike stand, because I know the opponent is going to try to push and drive, and if I don't have this foot in position now, I'm going to lose my position. Of course, I'm going to fall onto my back. So from here, if the arm is in the way, we're going to latch onto it like this. But other times, he's going to hide this arm, so you're not going to have access to this. So all we're going to do now is just grab behind like this. Just latch onto his gi. And now from here, we're going to bring this foot across and hook so I can get the top position. Once my knee touches the mat, this one swims, and from here, I have my position. So once again, my elbow is across the head. I'm going to switch my position to here. Once I'm in this position, I need to move into the mount, okay? This is a good position, but I didn't gain any points, all right? So if his hand is like this, I'm just going to hold on to, latch onto the gi, on the material. So I have a latch, because that way there, if he starts to push, I'm holding on to him. Now when he comes back, I'll follow through, post my knees to the ground, hand, and then into the position to get my mount. Now the other method is sometimes the hand stays on this side, on the near side. All Alex is going to do, maybe my knee is up like this or whatnot. Now he's going to insert his knee across the hip and now control this arm, the far side, and now just slide into the mount position. So once again, he starts to slide into position. Now he ensures that I don't stop this leg by underhooking my arm. This is a better position for him. Now I can just continue to transfer into the mount. Now right here, if we look at the position, why is the mount a dominant position? Well, as I've said in previous videos, if we're talking about mount for self-defense or street fighting, look at this. I'm way taller than Alex, and my reach is longer, and I still can't reach him in the face. But he can, right? This is not good for me. And even if I did, because I had longer arms, look at this. The ground is always stopping me from generating any momentum into my strikes, as where he can go really far out with his elbow and bring them towards the sky and then pound some punches here. Now, if this was a real fight and he wanted to really hit, you know, like he'd not just use Jiu-Jitsu, well, he would strike once or twice, make me cover, and this will actually bring my hands up in front of my face. Now, he's going to put the C grip right onto my neck to put pressure here. My instinct is always going to take this arm out. When I push, look at the other opening. Boom, and that's the opening for more strikes, okay? So Jiu-Jitsu is a very powerful martial art where it puts us in dominant position every time we're in a street fight or self-defense situation. That's why in mixed martial arts, it's a really effective martial art for it. Now, if I start to push Alex, he wants to maintain position by swimming his arms in. 1 and 2. See, he's gonna get me really tired from here where every time I extend energy, he just moves around it, just like water, and wobbles around this push. And he could do this all day long and make me super tired, and the triceps are gonna get exhausted. But this is a good way to maintain. So from here, once again, as I push, notice how he just gets to here. And if this was a real fight, he could actually add some strikes right after this. He swims, and from here comes in and boom, gets into a fighting position. Now another mount maintenance is sometimes I'm gonna try to push here. I want to push his knee to maybe recover the guard position. So he's just going to clamp on and pull and then readjust. Okay, so let's look at this one more time. From here, as I start to push, maybe I'm pushing to get the guard. He just peels it off and now brings the leg back up into a position. This is a great, easy way to maintain the mount. All right, so now we're going to look at when the opponent tries to roll over. Look at this. if I don't know Jiu-Jitsu and I start to freak out on the bottom, a lot of times the instinct is going to be to roll onto my stomach. As I do so, Alex wants to give me just enough space for my hips to roll around and then lock the position from here. This is called a back mount position. So it's the same position, it's just that now I'm facing towards the ground. A lot of times I'm posted on my elbows as such. When this happens, this exposes the neck. What Alex is going to do is wrap and sink in the rear naked choke. So once again, I start to escape by rolling this. This is not what I want to do in reality, but a lot of people will react like this, and now we'll close the knees, and this will expose the neck for the rear naked choke. So sometimes if you get a larger opponent and you can't maintain position by keeping your knees onto the ground, all you're going to do is just move to the side into the modified mount position. And now, as you can see here, he can contour more of my stomach if someone's way larger. And now you still can control the position by keeping the heel against the waist. And from here, you can still attack the same position. So this is just to modify your position to maintain. Now, what's good about this is watch his foot. If I turn here and I started to turn like we just did previously now, because I have to move my hips, watch this foot, how it's gonna glide right into position. Look at the space, right into the first hook. Boom. And this will give him that back position if I turn onto all fours. Let's look at this side. Watch his foot, how he stayed glued to me, and watch the small space. As I start to turn, there's a slight space where he can put that hook in, and now for the positions of rear naked chokes or seatbelt positions, this is a great attack position in Jiu-Jitsu. Now looking at this bulldozer position, this is what I like to call it sometimes, as I start to turn, it's very important. Watch Alex's feet. The wrong way would be once he gets the back mount, his feet are going to be super wide apart and not tight against my body. Right? If I turn to the side here, probably notice how far his feet are. Now, this is no good simply because if I decided to come up on my knees, he's going to have no time to react. Watch this. As I come up and he wants to put the hooks, now my elbows are in tight and he's going to miss that opportunity. So a better way to do it is every time we do the turn is keep the feet nice and tight against the laps. Watch this. We'll show you one more time. So Alex is going to follow. As I start to turn, his feet are going to be snug against my waist. Let me turn here for the camera. Now if I come up on my knees, he's going to put the hooks before my elbows can reach my thighs from here. And now he's gone into a much better position from the back where he can attack the rear naked choke once again from here and end the fight. Okay, another good method to maintain position is sometimes the opponent on the bottom is going to react by trying to push your waist. And if Alex just stays in this position, sometimes I might be strong enough to just push him away, maybe insert the guard position or just bench press him right off. So what he's going to do now, if he's in this seated position, the moment he sees me pushing here, he wants to close the distance and hold on to my head like this. And now if I try to push, the more I push, the heavier he gets, and he's latched onto my neck. So once again, if I start to push his waist from here, he's just going to close the distance and make me use all of my strength because now he's connected and he's super close to me. And the more I push, the more tired I get and the easier the fight becomes for him. All right, last but not least, now I start to escape, but I try to push by grabbing his neck or maybe clawing his face, you know, different reactions. So all he's going to do is push the arm to the side, trap the wrist, and feed it to the opposite hand like this. Now this is what we call the gift wrap position. Now if I turn here towards the camera, once he has this wrist control, he's going to keep pushing the elbow to ensure I can't escape this position. And notice the position of his legs. He has what we call the technical mount position. And from here, if he holds on tight and pushes the elbow, it's really difficult for me to escape. And this will set up different positions, or I should say even submission attacks from Jiu-Jitsu. So once again, if I try to grab his neck, he's just going to push the arm across, grab my wrist, feed it to the backhand, and now lock the elbow as he pushes. And look at this. This is what we call the gift wrap. From here, if I try to resist, he just keeps his palm on the elbow, and it's impossible for me to escape unless I start to roll to my stomach, which will give him space. And now we're back to the square of the back control and the rear naked again, where he's going to attack the neck. All right, guys, so there you have it. Some quick tips, basic stuff, fundamentals from Jiu-Jitsu that you can use to maintain your position once you have the mount. Until next time, guys, leave us a thumbs up, make sure to subscribe to this video, and we will catch you
in the next Jiu-Jitsu video.
Take care.